Hello and welcome again to another Castlevania Legacy of Darkness Let's Play. So this is our infamous lost episode, the one that just recently had some data corruption issues, some other problems that I fixed up on the cutting room table. So now I get to try and remember what I was thinking and what I was doing for all these different parts. So yeah, there was some hiccups, but we got right back into gameplay. Slaughtering zombies, killing ghosts, if you can actually kill ghosts or zombies. They're both already dead. I do know it keeps bothering me going through this part that there's supposed to be two vampires that randomly spawn there. Like, not mini bosses, but just regular enemies that take a few more hits. And for some weird reason, they never, ever appear on this playthrough. So, I did discuss on the original run of this video the infamous extra bit error that certain devices sometimes suffer from due to cosmic rays, of all things. Sounds like something Stan Lee would have come up with. But there have been several instances, one that almost cost, several dozen people their lives because an airplane nearly crashed due to this error where cosmic rays from the sun, I believe it's from the sun, or could be from other cosmic events, when they bathe Earth, they can pierce through the materials that we house computers in. And every once in a while, they happen to land in one of the troughs that's used in RAM, and they switch the bit. They just flip it. Ends up creating havoc. And it's kind of known as the 496 or 4096 error, because the two big high-profile ones, one was an election in the Ukraine, one was a plane that nearly crashed. It happened to switch the 7th bit to a byte, which is the number 4096. Yeah, they could tell that the Ukrainian voting situation was off because the number 4096 was exactly how many votes the count was off, and that was more people than lived in the district that were eligible to vote. So they were like, obviously this one candidate did not get more votes than the county can even provide. Might not have been a county, I don't know how they separate things out in Ukraine. But yeah, it's a bit of useless trivia for you while watching Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Now, in this run through, I was also disappointed with the lack of Frankensaw. I was hoping I could at least find him doing some hedge trimming, because when he's not chasing you around, he's actually still here somewhere. But I never ran back across him, which made me sad. But yeah, I was looking for pieces to the stone tablet. There's part A and part B, and I could not remember for the life of me where part A was. Found part B pretty easy because it was up on top of one of the towers out here in the garden. But yeah, so just running, jumping. Because, that always makes it feel like you're moving faster, right? It just kept going through here, slashing parts. Yeah, I came back here to check if I had gotten that one, which we had. And I ran down here and accidentally... Wait, no, wasn't this one. Wasn't that door. Which door was it? Should be coming up here soon. No, bad holy water. But yeah, all these fun bits. Oh, here it is. I think this is where I... No. Turn around me. You try one of these doors at some... It's this door. Nope, not that door. Can you tell I don't remember this very well? No, that's right. It's that door. Come on. Why'd I have to do with that whole runaround again? The copper door key. See, this was the thing that brought all of my memory back and was like, hey, this is how you do this, and this is where you find things. Because the copper door key was the one we got from Mary. And then I was like, oh yeah, this is where I go down into the catacomb. We found piece B already. And we're running in a trench. Went all the way back to that door, and then remembered, oh wait, I have to open the other one so that I can unlatch it. So we turn back around, go back down. Sorry about that. Yeah. And then I discover that section's just right next to that courtyard. Had the epiphany that part A was back out in the front courtyard. Or is it a courtyard? I'm not sure if that's the proper term for it. The front yard. We'll just call it the front yard. I remember piece A was in the front yard. And then I had to raise a platform. So I gotta run back through the... Oh my gosh, there's one of the glass dudes. Just got vicious with my claws there, didn't I? Righto. But yeah. I think, though, with all the current videos that I've got recorded for Legacy of Darkness, we are actually coming close to the end of the story. This one isn't. We're still stuck at the beginning of the game here. But after episode 5, which has already aired, and once we get episode 4 up, but play through on episode 6, and then what will be episode 7, I believe will put us at 8 episodes, and then we will 8 total episodes, 8 being the last tower and the fight with Dracula himself. And with Cornell, there's going to be some explanation as to why Cornell specifically has to go fight Dracula. And there's some, like, boss fight wise, very boring towers that we have to go through, because there's like no boss fights. It's all puzzles, and one of them is just a puzzle where it's honestly just guesswork. Like, you have to hard attack it unless you go through, hand write down all of the symbols, because this was done back in the era of the N64 when we couldn't take screen captures. But you have to go through, check all these symbols in this room where you can easily fall to your death because you have this thin walkway to go over. And then you have to remember the order of the sigils and then do this guesswork thing where you're jumping from platform to platform. Every second platform is a set of them, and if you pick the wrong one, you immediately plummet to your death. It's this annoying puzzle. Drives me nuts. And you gotta remember all of the details about it to get up it. And there's like 7 entries, 8 entries. It's just a whole big obnoxious thing. But yeah, you guys will get to see that one. And there's the Tower of Ruin, where you have to remember all these different rooms that you have to go through, and some of them have floors that drop you into a pit, and you have to flip all these switches, and it's a whole thing. But that is episode 5, I believe, which will have aired already at this point. My word, I did a lot of running in circles this episode. Flip that switch. Check the tower, it's not up. But then I have another epiphanal moment. I know where it tells me the order. Which I feel stupid about, because it tells you just straight up in the book you find it in that, is this order important? When it just looks like it's a guy listing him, his wife, and his son. But it tells you the order of the gravestones that you need to take. And who buries the family in the front yard? You bury the family in the backyard. Dude's weird. It's actually Oldry, the vampire we killed in the episode prior. Well, I guess we didn't kill him, because didn't he turn into a bat and then fly away? So Oldry might still be running around out there. I don't know. I haven't checked. Not that room. Back the other way. My word, Cornell, get it right. Man. And here is the archives. Which is... No, there's the archives. And that's the place with the book we need. Tells us the juicy details. Must prepare all of their gravestones. Does this come in some kind of an order? Yeah. Not so subtle hint. That's the order you need to pull the switches in. Now, why there's switches on gravestones, I'm not sure I'll ever understand. I thought it was funny my son decided he wanted to play some of this after seeing me work on some of the stream stuff. Some of my pre-run things to prepare so I wasn't just aimlessly wandering around like I was for part of this. So, sat there and tried to do one of the tower levels and just set down the controller. He goes, "This game seems really fun, Dad, but this controller is garbage." I was like, oh, it's terrible. That's how all N64 controllers were back in the day. They were all garbage. And we still enjoyed it. You know, one of those back in my day moments. And it was just the sassy look on his face where he was like, this controller is crap. How could you ever play with this? He was like, yeah, if I could play this game on my Switch, this would be awesome. Which left me grinning because, yeah, such a spoiled child. Oh, skeleton. Whacks me in the back of the head. I don't know how I missed that. Like, I don't know what was going through my head at that moment where I was just like, I'm going to stand here, let Skelly guy here bash me. But I did. And I think this is when we finally get it right. Because then we go to Mary. No, don't do Henry! Nope. I'm running in circles again. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this re-recording audio. Doesn't feel anywhere near as natural as when I just play through the game, and it doesn't feel like I have the same chemistry. So I hope to not have to do these often. And we can just stick with the live recorded style where I'm legitimately reacting to the things that I am doing. Because I think that's a little more entertaining. A little bit more real. Probably more enjoyable. Better jokes. Especially because then I'm not guessing what was going through my mind while I'm doing all this weird crap. I do want, though, to start recording some of my trial sessions, my run-through sessions, where I'm trying to figure out the game and figure out the layout of the levels so that we're not wasting time on stream. And then, cut together the bloopers, how many times I fall off the same platform over and over and over and over and over. So I think that would be rather entertaining to just watch me plummet to my death 100 times in a row on the same platform. Everybody can just laugh at me and be like, hey, man, it's not that hard. I'm like, I know, it's not supposed to be. Still didn't go up. Must have done it wrong. Oh, that's right. I remember why I was having trouble with this, because it says Or de Raz, not the guy's actual name. So I thought that grave wasn't the correct one. It threw me off. So there's Mary. There's Henry. And then there's the unmarked grave for whoever else might show up. And with that, the platform rises. Finally! We spent so much time last episode looking for this exact same thing, too. I feel like there would have been less content. Which, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Would have gotten us through the game a little faster. I think if I have enough time left in October, if I beat the game before the month of October is finished on these streams, I'm going to do a Twitch live stream just playing through all of Henry's storyline in one day and possibly Carrie's. Because I know Carrie has it a little bit easier than Cornell, so I might be able to do, after having played through the whole game once again, I can probably do Carrie's in a few hours. Make it through the whole game. So we may do a big live stream thing where I play some of the other characters for this in one big go, rather than doing the chopped up video series. So if any of you are interested in that, we are The Guy Who Sounds Funny on Twitch as well. So you can go and watch that and have a fun time there. Oop. And then I go through the doors. Now, I may cheat and do a little bit of internet research so that we can fight Renan, too, as Cornell. So the traveling sales demon has a special boss for him that if you spend enough money on him, he's like, you've given me enough money that I can return to hell as one of the big shots. And then he changes forms and tries to murder you because I'm a demon. I think that boss fight would be cool to see. Yeah, I apologize if there's a lot of yawning noises. Actually, recording this at like 4 a.m. because I can't sleep. But that doesn't stop me from yawning. Oh, this is where I start doing the prancy dance because I don't want to get bit by a vampire. Ha, ha, dodge, jump. Chuck things at you. How are you throwing fire? You're a freaking vampire. And then the terrible moment comes. Right about now. I almost lost right here. Almost had to go back and do stuff again. Can't use it when you're vamped. Purify. But yeah. I also feel terrible that I can't redo the audio from the game itself. Because, like, all the squelchy and squishiness helps with the immersion. And that's all gone now. Like, when he throws the fireballs, it makes the fireball noise. So much more fun when you can hear that noise in the background. But no, you just get to listen to me and my prattling on and nonsense. Giles de Raz. Now, I'm not sure if these two come up as characters again in any other Castlevania games. I don't remember them. I know she reminds me somewhat of Carmen. And dude, Giles is just another vampire as far as I can tell. But yeah, the two of them just vanish. Dracula's lackeys. I love how we jump in the tombstone and then it's like, oh, that activates a cutscene that takes us out of the tombstone and then we have to jump back in again. It's like, what the hell, man? Just let me jump on the tombstone. Ta-da! Now, I do believe that point right there is where everybody's stories diverge. So Cornell goes to one area, Carrie goes to another, and Belmont goes to a third. And they're all different areas, and sometimes characters go back to areas that other characters did earlier. And, it makes for some interesting interactions. Changes the way the game is, I guess, perceived. Nope, we don't want that. Though I do have to say that level 3 axe is really cool because it brings down a lightning bolt like it's Thor's hammer. Which, I find a little crazy at the same time, but... Nope, that was the beginning area again, me. Why did you do that? Past me, why did you make mistakes? My gosh. There's where we went up, and I sucked again. Back it up. I guess I could laugh and say that's one of the problems with old platformers, is they liked to just let you fail. There wasn't as much assistive camera action going on back in the day. So, sometimes the way the level was designed, the camera angles just didn't work no matter what you did, and just caused you to have to work harder. Which, is a thing in and of itself. I mean, there's a whole school of people that like Dark Souls games just because they're hard. Not to say that this is anything in comparison, but there can be added levels of difficulty when your camera is like, no, you cannot see the place you need to jump. You have to do it blind. Which is always fun. Now, it's not in an episode that's up yet, but the save crystal reminded me. I made a complaint earlier that Konami just kind of tossed the save crystals wherever and didn't really care if there was the chance you were going to, if they made it difficult by there being enemies next to the save crystal. Whoa. Forgot about these guys. Big old chop blades. And we dodge. That's honestly one of my favorite, cool scenes in this game is when you've got those buzzkill saws coming at you and you're just like, slide. Oh, but I missed it this time. Sliced in my back. Sliced in my front. Technically, I should be in half. But I'm a werewolf, so no. But yeah. I'm like, I need that axe again. No, I don't. No, I don't. And we jump, 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 and we jump, jump, jump. My, oh my. This roof is rather ridiculous. Or I guess this is the outer walls. But they call it the outer walls when it's technically the inner walls of the castle. Because we're heading deeper in. Doing our explorative looks and dropping down. Oh, that sucks. Now we gotta go back and find a key. Oh no. Man, that was a big ol' yawn. I mean, I got a question. Who designs their house so that you have to climb around on the roof to get to other floors? That's just rude. Like, why would you make it so intentionally obtuse like that? Especially when your purpose is to just straight up murder people. Wouldn't you want to make it easier for them to get to you so you can do the murdering? Seems whack to me. I think Dracula's got some screws loose. I don't think he's all there. Oh yeah, the faith drops. Forgot about that. Where it's just like, yeah, you just have to believe us and drop down. And the slow plod across the wall. This is where you know that Konami's just torturing you. They could have made him quicker about, crawling. But to make the game seem longer, they let you just spend all this time crossing over these gaps extra slowly. Some sadomasochistic crap. Oh, come on. Past me, you could have made that. Actually, there's some jutting in and out platforms later where the platform never goes back in quite far enough to prevent you from grabbing a hold of it on the side. So you actually can just... Oh, yes! Level 2 cross. You can actually just jump, and even if the platform completely retracts, you can grab a hold of it and just hold and pull yourself up once it starts to stick back out. Oh, man, those rocks come fast. Ooh, but I don't even bother. So up we go, up we go. And we're coming up, I think, on one of the coolest boss fights, in my opinion, of this game. Like, it does a lot of really cool stuff. Nope, that is not a false wall me. It's just an off-colored corner. Get over it. Haha. See what I mean? Like, there was no way I could easily fix that angle. I just had to turn around and take a leap of faith. And my gosh, this one has always bugged me. Who puts the kill saws on their roof? Like, what is the point of this? Is it just so that Dracula can fly out there and drop people and watch them land on the saws and be eviscerated? Like, that's some sort of crazy, sick, sadistic, psycho torture device. Which, I mean, that's Dracula, so it's fair. Works for the gothic horror. I love how in the fantastic design of the 64-bit N64, those saws don't look anywhere near intimidating. They're like octagons with little smears of blood on them, which is not at all terrifying. And this is the moment where we fail at just the wrong moment. Like, we trip just before the finish line. Ugh. Now we gotta do that all over again. Doesn't that suck, guys? Made me want to cry when it happened. I was like, no, I had level 3 cross and I had power-ups. No. But you live and you learn. And you get better. But yeah, so. Or you don't, which I learn right here. Sometimes you don't get better. You make the exact same mistake you made the last time. Then you have to go back, pull up, and do it all over again. Whoops. And we jump again. Oh, we made it this time. And we run to do run. Whew. Nearly fell again. My goodness. But here we are. Down to the boss fight. Gotta heal up. And head on in. Whew. I promise, I'm trying not to trigger you all into yawning. I keep having to fight it. Maybe I'll finally be able to get some sleep. But yeah. This is it. This and the Sea Serpent, I think, are the boss fights that take advantage of the change from 2D to 3D the most. As far as I can tell, this is the only boss fight where you have to use the lock-on and actually dodge attacks well in 3D. And this is one of those boss fights where the cross really comes in handy. Which is why I guess they offered it to you several times during this level. You'd have it as max as you could have it. Do you find it weird that she just sits there and has little blood fireworks while she's still flapping and everything, and then she coughs and dies? That's a little strange to me. Why would you have blood fireworks? And dang, that is the end. And she doesn't even give us anything. What's up with that? Cool boss fight, but no extra stuff. Like, no money, no crystals, no power-ups, nothing. We just get to jump down a hole. And here we are at the first of the towers, the Art Tower, which is actually probably one of my favorites. But that's it for tonight. Catch you guys later. Bye.